Hi folks, 12:30, it's a bit late for me, but I've been over to Hobbycraft, and it's only about a 10-minute journey for me from here, my car, and if you've got a Hobbycraft near you in the UK, if they're as good as the one we've got here in Croydon, well, I wanted some colour, I wanted some yellow ochre, and I wanted a bit of some burnt sienna, and I wanted to try out the graduate white Dana Rowney. Those two were £3 for a reasonable quality, all on special. So £3 each for those. They last a long time. And I bought a opaque burnt sienna. I won't put it out yet because I've still got some from yesterday, but that's a Pebeo Studio Acrylics high viscosity brulee sienna brulee. So that is sienna burnt. Put that to one side. This is about 12 by 9, something like that. 12 inches by 9. Let's have a look. I've just cut it down from a sheet. That's the actual picture size is about 11 3/4 by 8 3/4, something like that. I'll just test it. I've got a mount for it. My old double mounted one. So look, there we are. Look, that's just about okay. Yep, that works. I'm going to use one brush, I hope, this rough one, and I'm going to try to abstract or semi-abstract. I don't think I'm there yet, so I'm completely abstract. But I've given it a coat of primer. Well, it's PVA glue actually, because it's cheaper. And it should have 2 coats, but I'm a bit pushed for time, so just 1 coat. But the acrylic itself is the primer. It will render this waterproof, the surface waterproof, although it will buckle a bit. I've got I also bought, look at those, watercolour pencils. 24 of them, they're all different colours, for £4. So I thought that was very, very good. They're watercolour, but you can go over your acrylic with them, and if you want you can wipe it out. So here we are. I'm going to give this a wet. And if you've never tried to work from memory rather than copying for something, which is okay, nothing wrong with that, but I prefer to make my simple views up as I go along, based on a sort of a memory of a TV picture or nature program or something. I can just about memorise a lake nearby near here. It was a quarry, but nine quarries, all water filled now. I was supposed to be going into a water park, but that's it was a bribe to get the incinerator placed near a school and in a built-up area on a very large plot of barren land. But they're building on everything now. Yeah. I've never tried these. Right, let's go. So I'm going to make a lake scene. So we want some trees in the distance. Don't make them all the same. Just vary them. And you can go over these as much as you like. A bit of red. So that's going to be my horizon. Beyond that part, that's these trees is a lovely park, Beddington Park, which was made famous by the Carews of Beddington, where Walter Raleigh probably lived, or at least married one of the daughters. So it's going to make these all a bit different. So high, very height, very the colour. I'm mixing Payne's grey with some cadmium yellow pale, deep. Now I know that there is some grass in front of this, but it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to make something up that is pleasing, I hope. Let's just scumble over that. There's some vegetation down here. And it's a lovely lake, although at the moment we haven't had much rain, well, not for several weeks, worth talking about. Oh, we'll put all that down there for the shadow or reflection. So that's... No, I shouldn't have done that. Let's take that out. That's water there. We want the bushes on the on here, but I've got to put some green behind there. Now I make my greens up. I very rarely use green. I've got loads of greens that I've collected over the years, but I prefer to make my own from either ultramarine and a yellow. So let's, that's a bit heavy. Let's put a bit of white with that. Right, okay. While that dries, I'll put in a bit of this water. It will reflect the sky. But we need to put a sky in there. Now this is just a rough laying. I'm just working from memory, although I have painted this view quite a number of times, but we want to just get some light in the sky. So let's try a bit of burnt sienna. Oh, that's a lot of burnt sienna. Can you see that? Just bang it on. When you can make things, even simple things like this, when you can make things up, there's a certain amount of freedom you gain, that you don't have to look around for too much reference material all the time. All right, let's get a bit of grey in there. Ooh, I picked up a lump of that cage yellow. Deep. Oh, that doesn't matter, does it? So that water's on the surface drying now, so we can do some of this with the sky. I want a quite a light horizon to counterchange against those trees. They're not finished, they're just a rough laying really, so get us some white. bit of ochre. It's picking up some yellow somewhere, and some sienna. I haven't changed this membrane for several weeks because they're not cheap, but the can't remember what I was going to say then. I get lost in what I'm doing and forget that you're listening. Just seeing if this has got any covering power, this white. Look, the brush is really worn. It's an old varnish brush. Oh crumbs, I forgot to drink all my tea. The weather in London is overcast. It's warm for a change, so that's good. What sort of sky? Well, let's put some sienna in there. That background's just about dry, so we can do this. Right, let's get some more blue Payne's grey. That'll make a sort of an indigo colour. Right, let's get some more of that grey. Payne's grey ultramarine. See, whatever you put on, you're going to change. So remember that. Don't try and paint your masterpiece in one go, or work from, develop one bit and then another. Go all over the place with your paints. Have some freedom. Have more white in there. Let's just fill that in. Yeah. We can add some light in this. Right, now we'll go over that with some nice light cloud. I'm going to clean my brush. What's left of it. I've got another one. Yeah, I'll use that one. The bristle's just a little bit long on this one, but oh no, that one's quite nice. I've got two of those. Pro Art, 1 inch Pro Art. Just the right size for this picture. I've got to develop some of this now. So let's have a bit of that's lifted off some of the paint, but that's okay, we don't worry about that. Look, just sticking that. Just got to fill that in. I'll go back to that, wait till it's dry. Just stipple that, just to break up the flatness of it, give it a bit of character. Right, let's put those trees back now. Black, yellow, bit of red. Ooh. All we've got is shapes. It's far enough away to let's put a bit of yellow in. Put a shadow in there. Alright, when that's dry we can drag over that, over the high spots. Let's get that greeny bit in there. Yeah, just rough that up a bit there, that line, that horizon. Some of that lovely yellow just to break up the monotony. There we are. We can draw with a watercolour pencil any chunks we want showing, branches. Right, now we've got a line of bushes along here, so let's get them in. just the black or the Payne's grey. And the yellow, let's go right across there. Just drag some of that down. Sorry about the watercolourists who follow me, they're probably deserted now because I'm really stuck on these acrylics. I love the way that you can just keep going over and over them, and all the time the paper's getting thicker and thicker with paint as a bristle. I don't want bristle stuck, so if you can help it. That's, So in reality, this view does not exist. I'm working from memory here. Alright, okay, let's put a nice bit down in the corner here. Bit of red, I like a bit of red. A bit of counter change on top there for these reeds. Oh, well, grasses. Well, we'll go back to that. We'll get some water in now. Yeah, so I try very hard to go abstract, but it's when you're dealing with this sort of thing, it's very difficult to get away from what you've always done. But I'm working on it. Now we want a bit of Payne's grey, bit of blue, a lump of white to reflect some of that sky. And when that dries, we can drag down. We'll make a bit of that darker, I think. Just mix the bit of the paints. No, that's not quite dry. So let's get some dark, shadowy colours in it. Oops. In here. All right, let's just drag that down. All right, let's go back on that sky now. I quite like that. There's a bit of a hole in the middle of it. So let's see if we can just link that up a little bit. Just wrap it up a bit, just to sort of make it a bit abstracty. I'll let that dry off. And then we can put in some of that light greeny colour. Yeah. It's going to be quite hard dry brushing here because of the paper's all crooked now. Right, trying to make that. Look, it's just bouncy now. Look, there's nothing I can do about it. I want a bit of some bright stuff in there, so let's get that lovely yellow. Just put in some of that. And we need some dark. Right, we've got almost a realistic picture, haven't we, unfortunately. I didn't intend to, but well, these things, they just take off. They just, right, what's some nice. Right, that's all fine. Let's put some green, light green. Just sort of abstract this a bit, just drag over it. Right, okay, got a bit of a hole there. We can put in, no, let's go in here. Right, that just fills out a little bit. We can just put a. Right, got a little bit of darker stuff here. Well, there'll be no reflection from any of that there. Let's get that nice colour, scumble over it. See if we can open up a bit of that. Put that back a little bit. Right, just going to let that dry. I mean, I'll put in amounts, and while I'm doing that, it'll be drying because it doesn't take long, and I can use one of those pencils and see what I can make of it. Right. Well, I'll take this tape off because it gives another sort of idea of what you've done, because it's got its own frame, isn't it? Alright, okay, now what we're going to do here is take that there, move that over there a bit more, put that behind, and then get that and put it off, put that there. There we go. Right, I'll put a mouse on it. There we go. So it's an abstract of, well, it's not really an abstract, is it? It's not what I had in mind, but it created itself, shall I say. Yeah, there, look, that's sort of dry. So let's get a light orangey colour, see what happens. Probably the white one would be better. So what I want to do is just darker. What's that one? Looks like a violet. Right, okay, well, I'll let that go. I hope you like it, folks. I need a pen. I've got a pen somewhere. A gel pen, which is acrylic. It's nearly worn out. Yeah, but it'll sign. Hopefully I can sign this. No, it's a little bit wet in that corner, so I'll leave that there. Right, well, thanks for watching, folks. I'll get this uploaded for you. If I move that over there, oh no, I can't do that, can I? Stupid. Like that. Just make my board manoeuvrable because it's sort of warped. There we go. Beddington farmland that used to be. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.